What's up guys, Gaming here. Today I have a new tips and tricks video for the Wasteland Workshop DLC in Fallout 4. So in the background video I'll be going through all the new construction materials and building stuff that you can get in the new DLC. I'll also be going through all the cages and stuff at the end of the video and the traps. But I just want to tell you a few tips and tricks that you might want to know before you actually do anything for this DLC. Now you can actually go to your settlements, go into the workshop and just build these straight off as soon as you've downloaded this DLC. You don't have to do anything to unlock them. But for certain ones such as the traps, you will need rank 1 Animal Friend and rank 1 Wasteland Whisperers. Those are the perks when you level up. You will need those two and they are on Charisma. You only need these to actually build the beta wave emitter. The beta wave emitter allows, when you actually build the arenas and you capture animals and stuff, it allows the animals to just be pacified and not actually attack your settlers or even you. You can turn it on and off, so if you want it on it'll be pacified, and if you want it off it'll attack everything in its path. But that's about it. That's the only thing you need ranks for. Everything else is pretty much open to use whenever you want. You'll just need a lot of materials. Now at the end of the video I'll be going through settlers that sell materials, so you can go and buy the materials for these things. But yeah, that's about it. But at the end of the video I'll obviously be telling you who to go to and where these settlers are. But there's new materials, new miscellaneous, new like powered grid things. So as you can see, there's a new generator. This generates 100 energy. It's pretty good for bases if you want to build a big generator room and just have it all on your base. Now there's obviously a few pictures and stuff that are being added and different lights, which is pretty cool, and that's about it. So if you go to the end of the video, watch this first bit, and then at the end of the video I'll tell you all the settlers and what they sell and where you can get your resources from. Here is the first vendor. If you go to Abernathy Farm, there's a person here called Connie at Abernathy. It's a woman. This is a woman. If you go up to her and barter with her, she actually sells a bunch of shipments that are really useful for building in this DLC. So she actually sells shipments of cloth, shipments of concrete and fertilizer, and I think she sells some others like leather and wood. These are really useful for building materials, especially the concrete. Next place is Finch Farm. Here it is on the map around this location next to the water bits. If you go to the guy named Daniel Finch, this is the guy here. He actually, when you barter with him, he sells shipments of cloth, concrete, fertilizer and leather. Concrete again is really useful for this DLC. The next place is at the actual market area in Diamond City. There's a couple of vendors that you can come here and actually buy things from. So if you go to this guy here at the guns one, barter with him and then go to the junk. He actually sells shipments, but the thing is with his shipments they actually cost a lot more than they should do for some reason, but this is all the stuff, that's what you can buy from him. Anyway, the next one is here. If you come to this woman, she actually sells pretty good shipments. She actually sells all day and all night if you want to go up to her, but at night it's a different person. I think it's a guy or a robot that sells here. But if you go to her junk and then go down to her shipments, she actually sells some pretty useful stuff for this DLC as well, such as concrete and plastic and springs and steel. Especially steel and concrete, they're the most useful things for this DLC. Then if you walk over here and go to the medic guy here, you can actually barter with him, and he also sells stuff like shipments as well. I didn't mean to click cure, but if you go to barter, he actually sells pretty good useful materials. This next guy is also in Diamond City Market. If you go at the other side of the guy who sells the weapons and barter with him, he actually sells some really useful stuff as well, like shipments of cork and wood. Wood is very useful for this DLC, as well as steel and concrete. Now the next and last place is Good Neighbor. If you spawn at the Good Neighbor, you can just walk straight forward and there's two shops. There's one on the left with this robot. This guy sells quite good stuff as well, such as shipments, and then there's one after this that I'll show you in a second. So if you go to junk, he sells copper and oil and stuff, so these are good for the traps, I think. But then if you go to the next place with another woman, she's called Daisy. She actually sells shipments as well. I think she actually sells concrete, which is really useful as well. But if you want to get these as often as possible, just sit down or sleep for 24 hours and then you can go back and buy everything again. Also, another way of getting your stuff is by just exploring and picking up loads of stuff and just scrapping it at your settlements. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.